And go.
Okay, so here's the frontal bone. On the frontal bone, you have the zygomatic process of the frontal bone and the orbital plate of the frontal bone. This is the zygomatic bone. There's the maxillary process of the zygomatic bone, the frontal process of the zygomatic bone, the temporal process of the zygomatic bone, and the orbital plate of the zygomatic bone. This is the maxilla. In the maxilla, you have the zygomatic process of the maxilla and the alveolar processes of the maxilla. Right here, between the eyes, is the ethmoid. This would be the orbital plate of the ethmoid. The lacrimal bone is right here, nasal bone right here. You can also see the ethmoid in the nasal cavity. This is the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid and the middle nasal concha of the ethmoid. Down here at the bottom is the vomer, and it goes along the bottom of the perpendicular plate towards the back. Now, inside, there's the ethmoid on the inside. That's the crista galli and the cribiform plate. Back to the front, the sphenoid is this area back here, and it also comes out over here. The optic canal is the round hole inside the orbit, and the superior orbital fissure is the larger hole beside it. You can also see the sphenoid in here. This would be the small wing, and down here is the great wing, and this is the hypophyseal fossa of Selaturcica of the sphenoid. From the side view, this is the temporal bone. You can see the squamous suture, the mastoid process, and the styloid process right in front, and the external auditory meatus. Inside, you've got the petrous part of the temporal bone and the internal auditory meatus. And then looking underneath, the foramen magnum, the occipital protuberance, the nuchal lines off to the side of that, and the occipital condyles. Right in front of the foramen magnum is the jugular foramen. Just in front of that is the carotid canal, the foramen ovale, and the foramen lacerum. Here, these are also parts of the sphenoid. These would be the pterygoid processes. And here is the palatine bone, and this would be the palatine process of the maxilla. On the mandible, from the inside, you can see the mylohyoid line. On the outside, you've got the body, the mental foramen, the angle, the ramus, the coronoid process, and the condylar process, and the notch between. And then on the two sockets are the alveolar processes. Did you stop it? I forgot to do the...
Oh, it's still going.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. The inferior nasal concha.
Okay. That's it?